Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming back, tuning in, checking out my channel again as I rant and rave about all kinds of different things. I've got a couple of interesting topics to talk about today. So sit back, relax, comment below if you will, if you feel the need. I take all kinds of comments, so have at it. So here recently, this is going to be another political video. But so here recently, Representative Talib and Omar have made a big stir about how they weren't permitted to go to Israel for whatever reasons. And people can also say that it was Trump that made it so they couldn't go over there. All right, whatever. Listen, I don't really care if they go over there or not. I can give two shits. But I understand, people say why they shouldn't be over there. I understand, people that get upset because they should be. But this is what people are missing. And it drove me to the point, guys, where I still may. I was going to get on a plane, and I was going to fly to Minneapolis, and then I was going to go to Detroit, just so I could those representatives' constituents. What I want to know, what I wanted to find out, and I still may do this, but if any of you are watching and you're close to those districts, what is it? In Minnesota, I think it's, I can't remember offhand. One of them is District 13. I don't know if that's Tlaib in Detroit or in Minnesota. And the other one, I can't remember. Anyways, if you're in their district, then you'll know it. But so maybe you can ask these questions for constituents around there and let me know. But and I'll post it out here. But so what I was going to do was go there and ask. I was just going to take a poll, maybe 50 constituents from around the district of each place. And again, like I said, I may do it, not this coming up weekend because I've already got plans, but I may do it the following weekend. We'll see. But I just want to see if the constituents there think that what they are doing is helping them, helping that district. So, some of the questions, I didn't have many questions that I would pose to people, just kind of quick questions to get an idea. But number one, I'd like to find out in the district, if first question would be, do you know who their representative is? Okay, and the next one would be something along the lines of, what issues does your district have that you would like to see get solved or get help with? And the next question, is your representative helping that? Okay, are they taking care of these issues? What have they done so far to help that? 4, if they are aware of their trip to Israel, I don't even care, even if they're not, I would still just ask, do you think that this trip to Israel is to better your district and is to help you? And then my last question would be, will you vote for them again? 5 questions, bam, and that's it. I could get just about everything I needed to know out of those 5 questions. I think that would do a lot to shed some light on what's actually going on about how these. And it's not, I'm sure it's not just those representatives, but what I'm getting at is they're the ones who they seem to be jumping in front of cameras whenever they can. They're getting more oxygen than what they should be. And it's not to help their district. They need their constituents need to realize this, that they are there. They've been hoodwinked. They've been bamboozled into into electing and voting for them just so that they could get into office and then they can push their own agenda. Because all this that they're talking about and that they're doing and they're trying to do, I don't see how in the hell it can help out an American district. I'm sure that district has more things that need to get resolved than these two going to Israel. It's not for that district. Okay, they probably have more pressing matters. All right, so that's that part. You still may see a video of that soon. I was very close to going. The next issue I have today to talk about, well, maybe there's one or two more. Not really an issue, the last one, but this next point is, so I do watch mostly Fox News. And I've said that before, because they just seem to be less crazy, and they do seem to be a little more open-minded than some of the other networks. That doesn't mean that they're perfectly, the perfect news channel by far. They're not. I can only take so much craziness. They're less crazy, but they are getting to the point where, so this Tucker Carlson anchor, I don't know what time he comes on, maybe 8 o'clock at night or something, 8 to 9, I think. At first, when I watched it, I was always kind of, all right, this guy's all right. But the more that I watch it, I just get, he's very, I don't appreciate condescending, sarcastic reporting. That's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to hear or see shaming or any of, just, you guys know my view on it anyways. Just report the fucking news, all right? And don't try to come up with, it's very easy to see why people are, they're kind of molding themselves into how Trump is, where it's thin skin. You can't let anything go. You gotta always hit back. You gotta call people names. Although he's not the name caller. The next person I'm getting to, Hannity, who comes on after him. Now, I like some of the things that both of these guys say, some of the points that they bring. Just bring up points, guys. I can't stand the name calling. And it's probably due to the fact they're just feeding off of the president's name calling. And I've said that on here before. I can't stand the fact that the president calls people names. We're never going to have a perfect president. There's not a perfect person. If you're religious, you know who your perfect people are. But every time I hear him, even though I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, but when I hear Hannity talk about the sleepy, sleazy, crazy Uncle Joe, come on, that's unnecessary. You hold yourself at a high regard as a news anchor or journalist or whatever the fuck you are. You hold yourself at a high regard, yet you submit to name calling. But why not when our commander-in-chief does it too? It should be okay for a lowly news anchor to do that as well. I don't, you don't hear me calling any of these people names, whether I disagree with them, agree with them, or whatever. I don't know. It may have slipped out at some point, but honestly, I can't remember, because I just don't call people names. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world. I he does it way too much, and he probably gets, good ratings or whatever, but there's no need for that, and like we said before, it comes from the top. But so that's a little bit on that subject. The last thing is I had someone bring up the fact that there's more fluoride news in the news, the mainstream media news. So about the research that has been done that shows that fluoride is bad for you. And I bring this up because of InfoWars, and for years now, people have said and speculated and tried to get it out there that fluoride caused the body harm. Well, the new Harvard research shows that fluoride actually does more harm to men than women, and more specifically African American men, black men. So pay attention, read the research, everyone, especially black men. And but there was another thing that InfoWars has been talking about for a while now, and it's getting more news. So someone brought that to my attention this morning. Thank you for that, and it doesn't surprise me. I have switched recently to some non-fluoride products. So I did that a while ago just because I can take care of my teeth just as well without having fluoride in my toothpaste. Now, if I'm somewhere, if I'm traveling and I don't have my toothpaste or something with me, I'll use whatever I have to. I'm not going to fret over using it once or twice, but no more, for the long term. The same way with all the soaps and shampoos and deodorants. I use all natural stuff now. You guys can, do your own research, but if you do enough research, I can't spot to any particular one research that I've done. I maybe can if I have the time, but I watch different videos of people who have put out and have pointed to the research, and I've done some research on my own or looked it up. But there's all the different serapins and paraffins and all like that. Especially for men, we don't want that in our body. Our body should not be absorbing that. And there's all kinds of extra ingredients on these over-the-counter products that you don't want in your body. So everything I have now is all natural. And I don't know if it's helping. I don't know. I'm not expecting it to help. I'm just expecting it to not to hurt. So I have that peace of mind of hopefully knowing that my body's not sucking up a bunch of things that it doesn't need and may harm me somewhere down the road or whatever. But so that's that part. I just thought it was funny that has come out. I know InfoWars has talked about it for years, and I had a brought that up, and I thought it was funny. I love seeing when they talk about things that actually happen, and get more mainstream media coverage. But, all right, guys. Well, that's it for today. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.